Today is part 2 of our short 2-episode series, focusing on why training often fails to really get your organization moving on Teams. And if you've been listening to me for long, you know that a robust Teams environment is key to putting your collaboration and information management on steroids, and it has been that way for 8 years now, ever since Microsoft rolled Teams out to the world in 2017. Most organizations are still terrible at using Teams, and it's my mission here at the 1001 Business Problems Solved with Microsoft Teams podcast to get as many organizations doing Teams right as possible. I'm Rynd, and I bring you actionable solutions to your problems every Monday, and I try to do it in 6 minutes or less so you can get on with implementing those solutions and managing your business. If you've listened to me over the last 2 or 3 months, you also know there is a renewed sense of urgency in getting Teams right because we now have Copilot AI. Without a good Teams environment, Copilot will not live up to its fullest potential because, like you and your employees, it doesn't enjoy digging through a dumpster fire of information. It won't give you results that are as thorough as it would if your things were well organized. All of that to say, it's imperative to get your troops using Teams for nearly all work and getting them to use it well. It's such a no-brainer these days. Teams used well is no longer a nice-to-have scenario. It's becoming more mandatory with every improvement in Copilot. Which brings us back around to training. Training in the old sense. Bringing in a knowledgeable trainer to show everyone all the menus, functionalities, and gizmos. Well, it doesn't work like it used to, and it doesn't need to. Apps these days are much more intuitive. That's why the training materials in our own OMG system are focused more on theory and mindset than where to click. And your own training should do the same. Teams is more a culture change than a new app, and you should treat it as such. But that's at a high level, and you'll do well to keep that in mind as you move forward. Today, though, I want to focus on what you can do tactically to move your work groups forward with Teams. As a refresher for our philosophy here at County Quest Consulting, there are 4 requirements to be successful with Teams. You cannot succeed without each of these 4 things, so be sure to jot them down. First, customize the Teams site to exactly match the work group's processes and work needs. Second, provide orientation for the team so they understand the purpose and functionality of the Teams site. Third, communicate expectations that they are to use Teams as their sole platform for all internal collaboration and shared information management. And finally, as the leader, you must model the behavior almost excessively until the site or sites are at steady state and employees are accustomed to it. Don't even try to roll out a Teams site without all 4 steps having been completed. Customize. Orient the team members. Expect usage. And model the behavior. Now, here's the twist. You notice I say orientation rather than training most of the time. That's because you're giving them a tour of the customized site as much as you are training them on functionalities. That's because if you customize the team site exactly to their processes and needs, they'll fall into the site intuitively. Sure, there are a few things they need to be taught, such as when to use chat versus when to use channel posts, as well as when to use OneDrive versus Teams. But apps these days aren't hard to learn if employees understand the intent and the philosophy for group collaboration. If the team site is well customized in step 1, you're most of the way there because they will figure it out. It's a rare employee who hasn't learned how to figure out personal apps on a smartphone, so I'm convinced they'll do great. And if you have an employee who is super slow on technology, you can provide extra one-on-one assistance for that person rather than dragging the whole group through detailed training. If this pep talk has hit home with you and you are motivated to get there, you might want to consider using the O module of our OMG system. O stands for Organize. The Organize module will lead you through customizing your team sites to perfectly match your unique work processes and the employee's needs. It will lead you through the 4 steps I outlined earlier. The Organize module includes our brand new Teams orientation video that will match your customized team site. You'll simply lead your staff through a viewing of the video and lead the discussion during and after the video using the provided manager's guide. I guarantee you'll have well-designed team sites based upon the best practices and methodology we've developed over decades of leading workgroups through implementation of Microsoft collaborative software. You'll find details about the OMG system over at countyquest.com, and you can even sign up for a complimentary 1-hour consulting session that focuses on helping you improve your business rather than upselling you to paid services. I hope you found this topic useful, and I hope you'll consider clicking on some stars for me in your podcast app. Only a tiny number of listeners ever leave a rating or review for any podcast, so please consider doing me a solid and clicking those stars. It will help me reach more people because podcast gods love 5 stars, and they'll move me up the listings page. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you can pull away from the office and enjoy this fall weather. If you're one of our Australia or New Zealand listeners or clients, enjoy your spring weather. And with that, this is Annie, signing off until next Monday.